What is up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. I am very excited because I love decluttering, and if you've seen my makeup declutter video, which I will link below in the description and up here, if you haven't seen that, go check it out. It was really fun to do, and I just love kind of lightening the load of just all the excess we have lying around. You know, we all have so much crap that we don't need. So this video is gonna be 10 reasons you need to declutter, 10 easy things to help you decide, should I get rid of this or not? Like, it really, you know deep down if you should get rid of it or not. Just as a side note, I am wearing the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Oil-Free Matte Poreless Finish CC Cream. It's pretty new, it just came out. I'm still on the fence about it. I did a video that I will also link in the description below about, you know, the first try on, and then I had it on for quite a long time and reviewed it and all of that jazz and compared it to the original. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. I will link this review and my makeup declutter videos down here in the description. But basically, back to this video, it's gonna be 10 questions you can ask yourself, 10 easy ways to get rid of things today, right now. Go get the box, write down your notes, watch the video, and products will come to your mind as you're watching this. I know it, and you will know what to get rid of. Number one, it is not your color. Hate to break it to you, boo. Whether it's a foundation that has oxidized so much that it's no longer your color, or it's a product that you bought that you knew wasn't a perfect match but ended up realizing it really wasn't gonna work and never returned it or gave it away or whatever, to something you may have tried to get rid of before but convinced yourself to keep but you will never use. Neelou. This is a freaking Milani lipstick in like an orangey red that I've had for at least 3 years. I actually decluttered in my makeup declutter video, again, that I'll link below, that I was like on the fence about this color. Look at it. I was on the fence about this color. It's a gorgeous color, but I just don't pick it up. Why do you still have it? I am now getting rid of it. If it's not your color, get rid of it. If it doesn't match your skin tone, get rid of it. One thing I do want to mention when I'm saying throughout this video, throw it out, get rid of it, I don't mean to be irresponsible and chuck all this stuff into the trash irresponsibly and create more waste than we already create in the beauty community. I will link TERRACYCLE, which is an amazing program that does a lot of cool ways to recycle different products that can't be recycled in a normal like curbside or city recycling. So I'll link TerraCycle, but really what you can do is donate stuff that's brand new that you haven't used, or sell stuff. I know there are makeup exchange Reddits. There's like, I think people sell makeup on Poshmark and eBay, especially if it's brand new. I know there are a lot of fakes and stuff out there, but there are ways to sell your makeup. Donate it to a women's shelter. Give it away to your friends and family that you know will love and use it more than you. There are responsible ways to get rid of stuff that does not involve bagging it up in a plastic bag and throwing it in the trash. Number two, it is old AF. If you don't even remember when you bought it, you need to get rid of it. I am guilty of this. I've had stuff that I've barely used for years. I'm like, oh, you know, it's just so sentimental. I bought it when wait, where did I buy it? Oh, I don't remember because it's a million years old, get rid of it. If you don't know when you got it, where you got it, or why you even bought it, you need to get rid of it. And you know what products I'm talking about. I'm talking to you, boo, because we're all in the same boat here. It's hard to part with things that you love and things that you thought you would have a use for and things that you spent your hard-earned money on. It's difficult, but your life will feel so much less cluttered and less messy if you do that. 3, do you remember the last time you used it? This kind of goes hand in hand with number 2, which is it old AF? If you don't remember when you last used it, or if you haven't even cracked the product open yet, it needs to move on to its next chapter of life. That does not involve you or me. So if you have a lipstick that you used to love, like there are things that, you know, we've used the crap out of, right? That you can see like a lip gloss that's like just a tiny bit is left and you're like, oh, I'll finish that up. Wait, last time I used it was 3 years ago. We go through phases where we love something and we use a ton of it, and then suddenly something better comes along that we like better and we like more, and we kind of shift to that. I mean, you don't have to be tied to a product forever, even if it's a holy grail product for you. We change and we evolve, just like we do personally, in business, in life, in friendships, and same with your makeup, your clothing, your style changes. So if you don't remember the last time you used it, then it needs to go. Number 4, are you keeping it because you spent hella money on it? Listen, I've been there, done that. One of the most painful things I decluttered in my makeup declutter video was that Kevyn Aucoin Book of Contour palette. I had it for over a year and I forced myself to use it one time. And if you're only keeping something because you paid lots of money for it, sell it, donate it, give it to friends or family. Maybe one of your friends would want to buy it from you if it's really that expensive and you don't want to just, you know, chuck it somewhere. But with it just sitting around collecting dust, your money's still going to waste and the product is going to waste, but no one's using it. So really you end up creating more waste. If we're keeping all this stuff until it goes rotten and goes bad and then it has to be thrown in the trash, then there's really no other use. You bought it so somebody, even if it's not you, may as well get some sort of use out of it. So if you're only keeping it because you spent $100 on it, sell it, give it to a friend who will pay you 20 bucks for it. I mean, it's better than nothing. And at the end of the day, if you keep it for that long, it's gonna have to eventually go in some sort of trash. Clearly you lived without the money you spent on it, so trust me, we've all been there. Number 5, it has gone bad. Ooh, has it gone bad? If there's a visible change in color, if it, you know, oxidation is different, but if you've had it for long enough where you know that this is not oxidation, if it's separated a little bit, that's different. But if it smells bad, like, I'm gonna call myself out because I also kept this in my makeup declutter, and it's the MAC Lip Gloss in Fleur Abundance. I think I've had this since high school or middle school. No, probably middle school. It smells so bad. Like it just has like this weird stale smell, and like I know it's gone bad and I'm not gonna use this anymore, but I like convinced myself to keep it, and guess what? Since then I have not even looked at it one time. So that's one of the products that, like, if it smells bad, if the color has changed, if you can tell it's getting moldy, I mean really, if it has gone that bad where you can notice it's like going rotten, you need to get rid of that thing ASAP. Number 6, if even looking at the product makes you feel a certain way negatively, I think this is kind of what's in the KonMari method, the Marie Kondo kind of decluttering and organizing process. One of the main things that we discuss when we talk about that is, does something bring you joy? And I can actually think about tons of stuff in my bathroom right now that really I think about and it doesn't bring me joy. It doesn't feel good. If it feels neutral, really it's not good enough. If it feels like a chore to even look at the product, like, oh, I have it, but like, oh, I can't get rid of it. If you feel that way about the product, you need to find a better home for it. And you can do the whole box trick where you put stuff you're not sure about in a box and you put it away. I guarantee you most of the stuff that makes it into that box will not come back out. Like, you won't even remember you have it because you don't need it and you don't want it anymore, but you're just not willing to part with it, which I understand. 7, it made you break out or have some sort of reaction. Listen, YouTube's favorite foundation isn't gonna do jack for you if your skin is turning red and rashy, or it's breaking you out and giving you acne you didn't have. Makeup items don't make you purge. Anything that doesn't have an active product in it, like an AHA or a BHA or some sort of active, any kind of active, salicylic acid, if it doesn't have an active in it, it's not making you purge. So if you're breaking out from some random foundation that has 0 active ingredients in it, you're breaking out from the foundation. So if it gave you a reaction, I know a lot of people have sensitivities to lanolin in their lips, or certain kinds of beeswax and other things, like if your lipstick's making your lips burn, or if you are like me and you don't like tingly lip glosses, I can put up with the tingle for some things, but if you have a tingly lip gloss, let's say, and you really can't take the tingle, but you have it because, oh, it's a really pretty gloss, it just tingles, I'll use it once in a while, and you're not gonna use it. But 100% I think your skin health and your lip health and your face health goes first. Your skin is your biggest organ, so you don't wanna treat your skin poorly, and if it causes a reaction, it causes you to break out or feel uncomfortable in some sort of way, if the fragrance bothers you, out it goes. 8, you have to force yourself to use it. There are a few products that I know I am just I've moved on from a long time ago. Because I have them and because they're not done, I will force myself to use them. And the whole time I'm using them, I'm like, it's not fun, it's not an enjoyable experience, it does not bring you joy. If you have to force yourself to pick it up and use it because you haven't used it in forever and you're miserable the whole time you're using it, get rid of it. That leads me into number 9. If you don't love it, you probably shouldn't have it. I think in the consumerist culture that we live in, it can be hard to kind of differentiate between what is like an impulse, like lust-driven purchase versus what you really love and what you feel like connects to you and you can use and you see as a part of your daily life. If you don't love it, you really shouldn't have it. Life is way too short to use crappy makeup, old makeup, makeup that you don't like, things that you don't want cluttering your environment. It really does take a toll on you in terms of space and almost mentally. It's like a subconscious thing where it's like, oh my God, I have all this stuff that I don't want, don't need, don't use, and it's just there and it's old, which reminds me of just like old. If you don't love it, find a better place for it to live. So my very last one is something that doesn't really relate to all of the other questions I asked, but is a question I want to ask everyone. This is number 10. Get rid of your bag of samples. Please. We all have the bag, the box, like all these little samples from Ulta and Dermstore and Sephora and this and 100 Point, like all this stuff. Go through the samples and see if there's stuff you actually might want to try. I know there are a lot of times where I'm like, oh, a sample, it's so stupid, and then I use it and it becomes one of my holy grail products. If you just have some inconspicuous bag that's tied up under your bathroom sink like I do, full of samples that you never look at and won't remember that you even have, it's not gonna work out, boo. A specific example for me is I do have a bag of samples under my bathroom sink. But the Vice lipsticks, I know when they first came out, it was like this huge thing, you know, hundreds of lipsticks, whatever, and people were going nuts for them. And I was so excited, I think I placed an order on Sephora.com specifically to get the Vice lipstick sampler that's like the trifold with the little sample lipsticks in it. I don't think I've used it once, and what was that, 2 years ago? Like it's just not good. You don't need half the samples you have, and if we're not gonna use them and they're just sitting there, they may as well be donated, go to a better home, whatever. Do whatever you gotta do to get rid of it responsibly. I hope you enjoyed this. Those were my 10 questions to ask yourself. 10 reasons to get rid of things right now, today. The longer you wait, the more stuff you end up accumulating, and then you don't realize really the magnitude of all this extra stuff you have. I do want to reiterate though, when you're getting rid of stuff, make sure to do it in a responsible manner. TerraCyCLE is great, I've linked it below. Donate it to a women's shelter. Give it to friends and family, sell it if you have to, do whatever you have to do to get rid of it responsibly to where someone else will either get some use out of it so it doesn't go straight in the trash. I mean, it's probably a lot of the packaging, unfortunately, from our makeup products will end up in a landfill, which is really sad, but we can do what we can do. We can all try our best to kind of slow that down a little bit, and progress, not perfection, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below and let me know what you are going to declutter. I really love to know what people get rid of, because it's hard to get rid of stuff. Like, there is like a weird sentimental attachment to a lot of things, but you can do it. I believe in you, and I hope this video helped. I will see you in my next one.